Sometime, somehow, we will be punished. Punished?
So I finally got around to seeing the Toten ending, right? And I'll be honest with you, I don't really plan to be buying the Black Ops Pass just to be playing 2 maps. Because I get it, you're supposed to get it to play the Chaos storyline too, but I honestly don't feel invested in the Chaos storyline anymore since Treyarch basically threw the Chaos storyline away. At least that's what the community is saying. But we're not here to talk about the Chaos storyline. We're here to talk about Toten and the Aether storyline. So I just wanted to give my perception of the ending, because I know that we all have different interpretations, and I know that people are still hopeful that there's a second ending out there because of that secret area that was found where you can go underwater, and then there's like this boat and Mars in the background. So I know that there's still hope for a second ending, but this is just my perception of the first ending that was found. So in this ending, from what I could tell, everybody just dies, and they basically destroy reality. So what I think is happening here is that they did not destroy the multiverse. They destroyed their key to the multiverse. So that's why their reality was crumbling, because they fucking failed. They thought what they were doing was the right thing, but they ended up being trapped in the dark Aether because they no longer had any attachment to the light. So since they no longer had any attachment to the light, they're just cut off from all the realities. So their consciousness is now trapped within that reality, whatever the hell that may mean for the COD franchise. I just know that this was not a good ending. It may have seemed like the ending for good, but you have to take into account that there are multiple realities that we have to take into account. Man, that was fucking redundant. Alright, so there are multiple timelines, and we already fucking know that. So I don't see why people are so up the ass about a canon ending when there technically is no canon storyline. It's just a canon storyline. So this is a possibility of what can happen. So while there is a reality where our crews basically fuck themselves in the ass, there are also other realities where the crew managed to succeed, and they didn't end up just destroying their key to the multiverse, and they ended up using that key for something else. Whatever the hell that something else may be, I don't know, but I'm just putting my perception out there because this is what I've gotten from the disclosure that Treyarch has been putting out over the years. And I see that people are really just not taking that into account. Like, they take into account the multiverse exists, but they don't take into account that they can still exist, because they assume that our crew destroying the multiverse means that they literally destroyed the multiverse. But think of it this way: what if destroying their connection to the multiverse destroyed the multiverse for them? So destroying that key to the multiverse would technically be destroying the multiverse, but it's just not destroying it in the sense that they had hoped. Sure, now they won't be like toys of Dr. Monty, but now they don't even know what the fuck is gonna happen to them. Like, we saw how Nikolai reacted. He was like, what the fuck? This wasn't supposed to happen. This is the Dark Aether. What the hell? And then, like, he had to go to Samantha and little Eddie, and then he had to, like, explain to them, like, you need to do this, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I honestly haven't been keeping up too much, but that's just my perception of it. That's my take, and I feel like there has to be more. Need that be in the form of a second Easter egg or ending, or maybe they just plan to continue in the next game or some shit. I have no clue. It's I'll just be honest with you. I don't like what Treyarch did with Black Ops 4. I pre-ordered that shit hoping for the best because I believed all their lies. And since they betrayed me, I'm just like not considering any of this shit canon. And if I do accept it as canon, then I'm just gonna throw my take of it out there, you know? Because sure, it can be as canon as you all want it to be, but if you're gonna make me accept it as canon, then I'm gonna explain it away as much as I can, you know? So yes, it may be the end for these versions of our crew, but it's not the end for them in general. You can still fucking play the games and just relive those timelines if you fucking wanted to. You could get different weapons out of the box, making it a completely different timeline. You know, it's always going to be an open book, because that's just how this reality is. Like, everything is open. Every little action opens up a whole new timeline. Every little inaction also creates a whole new timeline. Even the thought of having an action opens up a new timeline. So yeah, it's just way too open-ended, and you can believe all you want that it's over if you want, and by all means, it could be over because Treyarch ain't gonna make any more games, but in all honesty, the message is never going to be over for me, because once you've been indoctrinated into that disclosure, man, you're pretty much trapped in it because you sort of can't unsee it. So I hope you guys have a good one, and just remember to stay safe out there.